Meet Jae Wook, star of Netflix K-drama Alchemy of Souls. Netflix K-drama Alchemy of Souls sees the return of rising actor Jae Wook to the small screen. Airing June 18th, the fantasy drama is set in the fictional nation of Daeho. For avid K-drama fans, Lee might be a familiar face. In 2018, he debuted in Memories of the Alhambra, where his memorable performance as a programmer/hacker made a strong impression among viewers. Since then, he gained major roles in Search, WWW, Extraordinary You and Do Soul Soul La La Soul. In Alchemy of Souls, Lee will portray a young nobleman named Jae Wook. According to Bi, his character has a tragic backstory, and it seems that the citizens of Daeho are whispering about the shocking secret behind his scandalous birth. As Lee takes on the lead role of the Netflix K-drama, here are some things to know about the talented 24-year-old actor. While some actors star in several dramas or films before they get noticed, which may take years, such was not the case for Lee. In his debut role in Memories of the Alhambra, he portrayed a cunning and distressed computer hacker. His acting chops did not go unnoticed. Hyun Bin's agency Vast Entertainment signed him in 2018. Viewers have commended Lee's ability to nail the a bad boy and a good boy archetype. For example, he played a goofy and extroverted public servant in When the Weather is Fine and Do Soul Soul La La Soul respectively. From a young and innocent character, he can morph into more serious roles. He was a military sharpshooter in the film Battle of Jang Sari, and a cold bad boy student in Extraordinary You. Despite being in his mid-20s, Lee has portrayed older characters in their 30s. In an interview with Arena Plus, as translated by Bi, Lee was asked if there were any difficulties in playing something older, of which he replied with, "It's hard to express the weight of age or that manner of speech, behavior and vibe if you haven't lived it yourself." In his spare time, Lee likes to watch films, which still relates to his profession, and loves to write things down by hand. He also revealed to Marie Claire Korea the secret to his range. When he analyzes characters he's playing, he likes to draw a mind map to understand the role better. BTS are not going on a hiatus. Contradicting earlier reports, South Korean superstar septet BTS are not going on a hiatus, the band members and their management company HYBE confirmed. Coming hours after a video dropped that seemingly featured the members discussing an upcoming hiatus from group activities to focus on solo projects and albums, HYBE's statement clarified that this was not the case. To be clear, they are not on hiatus, but will take time to explore some solo projects at this time and remain active in various different formats, a representative of HYBE said. The group will remain active as a team while taking individual journeys to further achieve personal growth. A day after the video surfaced, RM and Jungkook of BTS spoke frankly to quash rumors of the act's disbandment and hiatus. The former posted on social media while the latter hosted a live stream. Both mentioned the group's determination to continue and expressed frustration at the initial news being misconstrued. V also shared a post reaffirming their ambition to remain together. They also shared that the group will continue filming their variety series Run BTS. The initial confusion sprang from an apparent misinterpretation on the video posted on the group's official YouTube account, when Suga was translated as saying BTS were going on hiatus, referring to an off period or season in the original Korean. It has been retranslated as, "We're taking a temporary break now." He also clarified in the same video that the group is not disbanding. In the video, BTS members spoke frankly about their determination to refresh themselves as artists and return with renewed creativity, while temporarily shifting the focus to solo releases and activities. They also revealed that changing direction and taking time for solo development was something they had been thinking about before the COVID-19 pandemic began, and they had been planning to make the announcement for some time. HYBE's statement says, members mentioned future plans to accelerate personal growth and embark on BTS Chapter 2. In this new chapter, the group will allow themselves to express their individuality through the release of solo albums and collaborations with other artists. The group's recently released Proof anthology album, which features old and new releases in a 3-disc format, is meant to reflect the end of BTS' first chapter and coincided with the band's 9th anniversary on June 13th. The album is fronted by a single, yet to come, The Most Beautiful Moment, which promises more from BTS in the future. The past was honestly the best, but my best is what comes next, a line in the song goes. Big Hit Music, the original music label that started HYBE and still manages BTS, said, "We expect it to further strengthen the foundation for the group in the long run. Big Hit Music will actively support the artists." J-Hope will be the first BTS member to release a solo album, although it has no release date as yet. He will also headline at the US music festival Lollapalooza in July. Fellow band member V will appear in the variety show In the Soup, Friendship Trip. A spin-off of BTS series In the Soup, it will feature V alongside many of his Wooga fam celebrity crew, including actors Park Seo-joon and Choi Woo-shik. Following the release of the video on June 14th, HYBE stock plunged after a week of dips. After the clarification, the price rose marginally, and leveled off. Prior to the clarification, there was an outpouring of support for the band's decision. For fans it was bittersweet not knowing when BTS would be together again, although they were excited to discover what the group members would be doing in the future. Clarification aside, hiatuses in the K-pop world are very rarely actual excuses for breakups as groups remain together longer than they used to. Instead, they often result in periods of artistic growth from members before they return to team musical releases. It is normal these days for acts to retain their band identity and reunite on occasion, even while pursuing solo careers. As BTS members are expected to begin their military service in the near future, depending on what the government decides regarding potential exemptions, a focus on solo opportunities is timely. K-pop stars Ten and YangYang of Wayv on their single Low Low. When Wayv's Ten and YangYang began working on what would become their August duet Low Low, they thought it would be really different. Forget about the cheery feel of what they did release, they wanted hard hip-hop. Before Low Low, the A&AMP, our team asked us about what songs we wanted to do as a duet, Ten reveals over a video call, referring to the artists and repertoire team in charge of helping the artists find tracks to work on. I was like, we want to do something very hip-hop, very strong thought. YangYang and Ten passed on a lot of ideas, including some songs for reference, and were excited to hear what the A&AMP, our team had for them. Then they heard the opening notes of Low Low. Oh, that's heavy hip-hop. Ten says with a laugh, recalling his response to hearing the song's opening up-tempo beats, which he hums for emphasis. Since being a pop star is a business, the A&AMP, our staff ultimately convinced them that the summery, upbeat feel of Low Low would be the best direction for them for the moment. Since Wayv's releasing heavier songs, is it okay if you two do some carefree, happy hip-hop now as a trial run, and do something else later? He recalls the conversation going. And it is a trial run, because YangYang says they're hoping to work together on something else again. I think Low Low won't be the last time, maybe next year? I hope they'll take our references and we can show our heavier hip-hop side. Although the song wasn't necessarily what they planned, and they still hope for that chance to show a different side in the future, they do feel it ultimately really suited them as a duo to team up for this specific type of bouncy hip-hop number. Low Low, released on August 17th, is the second song by a Wayv duo in the past few months, following Kwon and Xiaojuan's Back to You in June. YangYang and Ten are both into having fun, whether on stage or off. Lately, when they have time off they've been making time to leave their apartment and go skateboarding. Ten's also become a bit of a wine connoisseur, though YangYang teases him for judging his drinks by the look of the bottles. A vibrant song, Low Low's ultimate point, YangYang thinks, even though its lyrics are ostensibly about romance, is sharing energy with one another. He does not have quite as many serious interests as Cat Dad and artist Ten, his way of life is more relaxed, and it comes out in his lively personality on and off stage. I don't have low, emotional moments. I don't get stressed out a lot. For me, I just look on the bright side. Even when YangYang, who was born in Taiwan and spent much of his youth in Germany, does get stressed, he still practically vibrates with energy. Ten only recalls a singular instance of him being stressed, and his lips are sealed on the circumstance, but shares some insight into his teammates' coping mechanisms. When he got stressed out, he was like, I dunno what direction to walk, said Ten, emulating an expression of confusion. He kinda malfunctions when he tries to do stuff, and he talks more. According to 10, their live performances of Lo Lo were more relaxed and spur of the moment than their other, more rigidly choreographed songs, and it reminded him of fooling around after school while growing up in Thailand with his younger sister. But in this case, he was being an exuberant, guiding older brother to YangYang, who at 20 is the youngest member of Wayv and 5 years younger than 10. Playing up their playfulness was only one part of the process of putting themselves in a good place to get a feel for Lo Lo. Although they've both been active in K-pop for several years, Lo Lo was a change for YangYang, who had never properly worked on his own project beyond the limits of a larger group. I think it was really fun because it was a new experience, says YangYang. One thing I felt the most was that I got to give more of my ideas about what I want to do, and because it's only two of us, it's easier to gather our ideas and work it out. Really? Asks a shocked YangYang, surprised about this new perspective on his own behavior during an awkward moment between them. Former IZ*1 leader Kwon Eun Bi on her debut solo single Door. As one of 12 members of K-pop girl group IZ*1, Kwon Eun Bi was launched to fame in 2018, and served as the band's leader. Now she's the first one to begin a solo career after the group's breakup earlier this year. I feel good overall, but I have a lot of weight on my shoulders about needing to show my own colors. It's my first time, so I'm trying to show myself as best as I can to everyone, she says over a video call from Seoul ahead of the release of her first EP, Open, on August 24th, which is fronted by the single Door. As a member of IZ*1, Kwon was associated with the color purple, but that's not one of the three colors she thinks describes her style as a soloist. First is red, she declares. White and black too. Because I have a lot of passion, so red, while white is for purity and prettiness, but also there's a sense of chicness, so that's the black. IZ*1 was formed as a multi-year, but temporary, K-pop girl group through the competition television program Produce 48. Although the show, and IZ*1's final lineup, was ultimately determined to have been rigged, the band saw a lot of love from the very start of their career until the end of it, and each of the dozen Korean and Japanese women who were part of it have become celebrity darlings. While Kwon is the first one to release a solo album, anticipation is high about what others will do, especially as there is talk of several members joining subsidiaries of HYBE Corporation, the label of superstar K-pop boy band BTS. On the song Rain, also known as Rainy Road in Korean, there's a line, "You won't disappear even if you're rained on." While the song, which she co-wrote, is about an ex-lover, the line feels representative of Kwon's struggle to get where she is now. While IZ*1 was Kwon's highest profile project to date, she had previously been part of another girl group, YA, which released their first and only single in 2014, when she was a teenager. Now 25 years old and on the third stage of her career, Kwon admits to feeling some stress and anxiety, as well as excitement, while preparing for her first solo release after everything that's preceded it, but felt the support of fans online as they anticipated the arrival of Door. Open is meant to show the world who Kwon Eun Bi is as a soloist, but she carries all her previous work experience with her. I feel like, throughout it all, my mindset has changed, and I've learned to accept things. I've grown stronger, like a tree, growing up from a seedling. Kwon took a hands-on role in planning the album from its early stages, and has lyric writing credits on another of the 6 tracks in addition to the funky, electro-swing Door. I created that song really thinking about its performance style, and wanting to show a side to myself I had never shown before. I can suit anything, I can sing anything, I can show you guys anything, that's what was on my mind while creating Door, she says. As a songwriter, when working on songs for IZ*1 as a group, I really drew on my imagination, but as a solo artist I drew on my life and also some books. In the case of Door, she thought about children's books, and the music video from the song features an Alice in Wonderland concept. She also was inspired by the books of South Korean pop culture critic Hye Park, including one that features a series of interviews with different celebrities, which Kwon says she knows many K-pop idols have also read. One question Kwon thought about a lot based on those celebrity interviews was, are you content with your own life? At the moment, on the verge of this new Open ing, she says she's about 60% content. I want to fill that other 40% with my skills as I improve and grow. Every day I'm always feeling that need to get better. Right now, I'm focusing especially on developing as a singer since now I'm a soloist. It's so much more difficult. I really felt while working on this album that all the solo artists out there are really amazing people. Kwon feels she has grown from the experience of creating her first solo release. The album is a new beginning for her as a soloist, but represents the culmination of her determination to become a successful pop star. When I was a trainee, I only had one goal, to debut. When I was in IZ*1, my goal was to be loved by everyone. Now, since I've debuted and since I now am receiving love, I want to make my own music, and that's what I'm trying to do right now. Just trying to show off Kwon Eun Bi myself through my songs.